Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the family of Doug Harless are speaking to the public for the first time since his death. And state troopers are signaling out a popular trend in criminals when it comes to child exploitation.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, Mountain family. My name's Amelia Lee, and woohoo, it is finally Friday. It's March 7th, and the time is now 5 o'clock this morning, which means it is time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall. Megan, I had a little bit of frost on my car this morning. Wasn't too bad, and I didn't really need to scrape it off. But what can we expect today? Maybe the sunshine will melt that off later. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. However, we're looking at kind of cloudy skies today, unfortunately, and freezing temperatures this morning. But the good news is they won't last too long, right? Here's a look outside. We're mostly looking in the 30s and upper 20s, with the exception of Clintwood in the low 20s, 22 degrees. Now, I mentioned it'll warm up a little bit. We're heading into the 50s for today. So there's some good news right there. Definitely warmer than yesterday's temperatures in the 40s, but we will have some cloudy skies for today and a slight chance of maybe some snow this morning. This won't be much, maybe like a sprinkle or two, but this will be clearing out soon, leaving a cloudy day for the rest of the day. Amelia.
More than 2 months since Kentucky State Police say Doug Harless was shot and killed inside his home by London police, the community and his family are still fighting for answers. Last night, for the first time, we're hearing from a member of Doug's family. Samantha Valentino talked to his sister.
Surveillance video from a neighbor shows London police entering Doug Harless's home on the night of December 23rd. Kentucky State Police say officers were there to serve a search warrant, but within minutes, that attempt turned deadly.
It breaks our heart every time we hear them gunshots. We have to watch that every day, knowing our brother was on the other side of that door.
One of those officers shot and killed Doug Harless inside his home that night, according to KSP. Now his sister, Angie Martin, wants to know why.
When you lose someone, you grieve. And you take that time to grieve. To us, we can't get that. As long as they're in an open investigation.
Since the shooting, police have remained tight-lipped about the details. While KSP says the warrant was being served at 511 Vanzant Road, court records and dispatch audio indicate the warrant was being served for 489 Vanzant Road.
When they got there, did they not communicate with each other of someone, are we at the correct address?
It's just one of many unanswered questions Martin says keeps her up at night. Martin also wants to know what, if anything, is being done to prevent what happened to Doug from happening to someone else.
We are needing answers to our questions. And every time we ask those questions of the chief of police, of the mayor, we get told it's under investigation. These questions we are asking will not hurt that investigation. These are logical questions.
And Martin says she won't stop asking questions until justice for Doug is finally served. In Barron County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Martin also emphasized her disappointment of city and state officials who have not acknowledged her brother's death or privately reached out to the family to offer their condolences. Kentucky State Police are still investigating Doug's death. Martin says her family is cooperating with that investigation. Well, a heartbroken family gathered in Somerset on Thursday to talk about their beloved son, grandson, and brother. 15-year-old Felipe suddenly died after what his family says was a cardiac event during Monday track practice at Somerset High School. Felipe ran track, but he also wrestled, and his family says he was constantly on the go.
He wrestled all day and run the 5K that night, like he wasn't even tired.
Funeral services are set for 1 o'clock Saturday at Morrison Hislop Funeral Home. Visitation is from 6 to 9 today. Governor Andy Beshear announced that since 2019, Kentucky State Police arrested more than 300 online child predators. At a Team Kentucky briefing yesterday, troopers said through their efforts to protect children, they're beginning to see more reports for financial sextortion. That's where an adult coerces a child to share explicit content, then demands payment or threatens to show those images to others.
So our kids are suffering mentally, and they're suffering continuously. This is a very fast-paced crime. It happens in basements. It happens in our children's bedrooms at night while we're asleep, and it's continuous. It's devastating and tragically linked to self-harm.
Lieutenant Mike Bowling says parents should always watch for things like social isolation and withdrawal and see if kids are hiding their phones or not letting it leave their sight.